Welcome back to the His and Hers podcast, episode 71. Happy Monday, everybody out there. I'm sure everybody's wondering, but yes, my fantasy football team is doing great.
Oh my God.
I know everybody was dying to hear about that.
Lord, the only thing that
you
people are really caring about is the possibility of Taylor Swift dating
I don't
football
care
player.
about that. I don't care about no Travis
I
Kelce.
know. See, you know about it even.
I don't care about no Travis Kelce.
Yo, he's bringing together the men and the women. Look, you know about it. I know about it. We both know about it. High five.
I care more
High
about
five.
I care more about Taylor Swift than I care about Travis Kelce, man.
Dang.
Fuck. I do not like the Chiefs. I do not care about the Chiefs at all.
Baby, I ain't even trying to beef with you right now. You got the wrong
Bringing
audience.
up Travis, trying to bring up the Chiefs on my podcast. Like, what is wrong with you? This is Broncos country, baby.
This is your podcast?
This is my
just yours.
Just kidding.
Okay, I gotta go, y'all. I got to go. Just kidding.
But no. Happy Monday to everybody. You look good. You look good. You can tell you've been working out and eating well and.
You trying to get in my pants?
Is it that obvious?
Yes, because that's the only
good.
time you give me compliments. No, I'm just kidding.
Well, you know.
The last time that I got a bunch of compliments and a back massage, I got pregnant.
Well. Yeah.
So,
well, that's not the last time I complimented
just a
you.
cautionary tale.
That was just the last time when the gun was loaded. You know what I mean? Like,
you ain't even gotta go there. We can go there. People.
I don't care.
People wonder about the snip snap.
Yeah,
snap.
man. I'm like, I'm a 34-year-old man, like with 3 kids. Like, I did my part to repopulate the earth. It's up to you guys now.
Repopulate the
Yeah.
earth. I don't think we needed any help in that department.
Right.
Okay.
My job is done.
Speaking of the children, y'all are all the Theas and Theos at this point. Okay, y'all been in our lives, and we want to update y'all. So, first update, Mr. Ezra is in football. Mm-hmm. He's a football player now, Hunty. He had his first football game, and he made some friends, and he had a good time. Now it is flag, so we ain't got him no pads or nothing.
No CT yet, not yet. When
So
he turns 8, then
we will discuss. We'll discuss. That's what we'll do.
8-year-olds gonna get CTE. Ever see like 8-year-olds like Pee Wee football?
Yeah,
they be running around. They're running around like 1 mile an hour, just like bumping into each other, like falling down. Like it's not even like any contact.
Like David's dad had him in full pads at a very young age with boys that were a year older than him.
Yeah, I was.
And
6,
he told me that at Ezra's game,
yeah.
And he was like, like, are you gonna get him into what is it called, PAL?
PAL, yeah.
And he was like, are you gonna get him into PAL? And I was like,
ain't
that
PAL.
what you have David in? He
I
was
played
like,
in PAL, man.
Yeah.
You know what? And that's the Police Athletic League in Denver. I think they have it in other cities, but that's like the little hood league. So if you want to play like the talent,
right?
And that's how I was able to get so good at football. By the time I got to high school, I was already better than everybody in my high school.
You guys, honestly, straight up, like, the only way that I can sit through some of the things that David tells me about his fantasy football, I'm going to tell you straight up, is the fact that I know for a factual fact that it's tea up in that chat. It is so much tea and mess. They be fighting and arguing.
It's a lot of drama.
There's so much drama. And you guys have the audacity to say that we're dramatic. Like, we don't literally make up games. Like, this is all made up. That's why it's called fantasy. You guys are
people
literally.
Take it so seriously.
Why?
Too. I guess you just get competitive, and some guys just want to win, and
I'll never understand.
But like guys like me, I don't want to win. Like
here we go.
I just win. You know what I mean?
Oh my! You see, I already knew that something like that was coming.
I've been. I had to put up 200 points this week just to send a message. You know what I mean?
Stop
No,
it.
the funny thing is, so here's where people get mad. I've only played fantasy. This is my 2nd season ever playing fantasy football.
Surprisingly.
And that's because I was like, I don't want to commit to it. Like, I don't want to change lineups and stuff every week. Like, I don't know. I didn't think I would like it. Turns out I do like it. And I'm like okay at it, or just like, I think you got to be really lucky though. Like nobody gets hurt and these guys play well. Because like week 1, I was terrible because the guys play like shit. 2nd week, I just blew up. I was like, yeah. But so where the drama comes into play though is when guys will claim a player, right? off waivers. So
This is crazy.
So there's an order. So the worst record or whatever, the worst player gets the first pick. So if multiple people,
basically like in real life when you're like the worst team.
yeah, exactly.
Okay.
So if multiple people claim a player, and one player gets some other guy gets the player, and people get pissed. Who claimed what's his name? Puka Nakuya or whatever the heck his name is. Who claimed him? I was like, I did.
Little shit.
Like I've seen people like fighting because over a player on waivers, like in group chats, just for real getting mad. Posting pictures of guns. Shit gets crazy.
Posting pictures with guns?
Yeah, they're like
with pew-pews?
They're like, pull up. Like over Chuba Hubbard? Like what is going on here?
Crazy.
I don't like a running back I've never even heard of. I'm like, really? You guys gonna get that mad? Are people like send like just shitty trades? Like this one guy in my league, he be sending the shittiest trades all the time.
Okay. I love you.
I know, but I know nobody. This is the joke too. Like in sports world, nobody cares about your fantasy team. They don't.
Okay. Well, okay. I just feel like I'm a big advocate for boundaries. Okay, and you know, just making sure too much of anything can be a bad thing. All right. So we are in the football season now, and some of my girls like watching football, and some of us use the time to go to TJ Maxx and Marshalls and Target and stuff and not run into not nail one man on the street. So my best friend and I, we're the latter portion. Okay. We use this time to get a lot of stuff done. But anyways, I have asked you time and time again, would you like me to be a part of this? Like, I love you. I will learn about football if you would like me to learn about football. I will watch football if you would like me to. But you have always told me that you are not a nice person when you watch football. And it's preferable for you to just be by yourself.
Yeah.
I mean, you don't even go to like your friends' houses. Like David has been invited.
I got one friend that I'm willing to watch football with, like in person. That's
why? Because he gets upset just like you?
Well, not because he like understands football the same way that I do. You know what I mean? Like he, like I said, he's not like a casual like football fan.
He's such a fucking casual.
Like he's a knowledgeable guy. So I'll watch games with him because like we're kind of seeing the same thing, and like we're not gonna ask each other like a bunch of questions in the middle of it.
Long story short, bitch, David don't like going nowhere. You don't like going anywhere.
One time I remember one time I went and watched a game with a group of my friends. We went to like Buffalo Wild Wings, right? I was like, yeah, I'll go. And it's like, this is back when the Broncos, during their Super Bowl year. So 2015 or whatever. And there's like this big game. They're playing the Colts, Peyton Manning, going back to Indianapolis. And I was like, that game was so stressful. And like nobody was paying attention to the game. And I was like, man, everybody just shut the fuck up.
No, there was that one time we watched the Super Bowl at David's dad's house. And it was so tense in that bitch. Like nobody could have a conversation. Don't be fucking talking. Like
no. People are like, it's like a big like third down, and somebody's like, when do the commercials come on?
Me and his stepmom, we over there just taking shots because we can't talk.
It's real. It's
all right. Well, with that being said, it's like a super serious thing, and I love you and everything. But I feel like we should have some boundaries. So I would like to present you with what I like to call, and this has been kind of going around, a football season contract.
What does this entail? Like, do I got to rake leaves or something?
Oh, well, probably. You should definitely rake leaves, honey, because it's the changing of the seasons.
That's what I got a 15-year-old for. What do you want me to I did my time.
You guys could play rock, paper, scissors.
No, he's going to do it.
I always be on Julian's side.
There's no debate. Like, he's going to do it. This is not a negotiation.
You're going to be watching football every single week, okay? And it's not just about the games. It's about it's about like the aftermath and the fact that my husband goes above and beyond, bitch, okay? He's not, like he said, he's not a casual. Don't misunderstand. So the reason why I'm even considering this is because he is a pro watcher, okay? Which means that he live tweets this shit.
I do.
Okay, it's a lot of dedication. And then afterwards, he starts fires on Twitter, starts debates and fights.
No,
He's
I
back and
don't.
forth. And then he might be kicking some people's asses in fantasy football. So he's arguing over there. Todo arguing, okay? So it takes up a lot of his time and
not
his energy
arguing,
and his
I'm
effort. That's
bantering.
what I'm saying. And like it really does, mess with your mind. Because
No.
yes, it does. Hold on, just hear me out. Because I live with you and I've been done live with you. I've been through plenty of seasons of football with you, home skillet, and I have had my fair share of when your Broncos lose, and now you're involved in fantasy football. It really, you're not like a terrible person. That's not what I'm saying. But you're just like a little irritable. You're a little sassy.
I
You
don't-
like
I don't
have
get-
some sass with that ass in the house, and I
Nah.
just don't appreciate it. So here's
Nah,
what I'm gonna say.
I don't get.
It's not up for debate,
I
honey.
don't get irritable.
Even Julian knows that like
Oh.
you don't get irritable. You just like
Nah, I just,
you're in a mood for a little bit after. You're in a mood.
I think the last time I really cared about a game was probably like 2 or 3 years ago. I haven't really cared about the outcome of a game. I just watch it because I like watching it.
No,
but,
you're stuck to it's fine. Like
but
you
they're
love
not like.
it.
But I know they're not like the Broncos aren't good.
Every single Sunday you will be there. If they
Yeah,
have
I'll
Monday Night
watch.
Football, you will be there. That's
but
what I'm saying.
I've also just decided not to watch
So-
games because I'm like, I'm not watching this shit.
You will watch games.
Yeah, but I've decided not to watch some games. Or I'm like, nah, I'm good.
What game did you not watch?
I missed like 3 games last year.
Oh my God, David.
So I was like, I would rather not watch it.
he's even started watching college football, bitch.
Yeah, that's
Okay.
for CU though.
So here's what I'm asking with the football season contract, because it has to be a give and take. Every Sunday,
Mm-hmm.
you are going to be absolutely unattainable. We're not going to be able to be talking.
Not the whole day.
Hold up. Give me a second. For at least 3 to 4 hours out of the day. Okay? Out of the day.
Sure.
And I do have a lot of respect for your hobby and
Sure.
your interests. So I tend to make sure that the kids don't bother you and keep them entertained and, just handle everything so that you can have a pleasurable, pleasant experience to the best of my ability. In return, a part of the football contract, I would like a thoughtful date night every Friday.
Friday.
Yes, a thoughtful date night. I'm not talking about like, oh, let's go to dinner and a movie. No, I want you to string up some lights in the back of your truck and take me out to like go see an outdoor movie or something. I want a picnic in the park. I want something with some thought, with some pizzazz on that ass. Okay, you come up with all these little comebacks for your little debates. You
What
could
about
come up with
Saturday?
some like, why?
Saturday.
Why are you trying to negotiate the terms already? What's the difference between Friday and Saturday?
This is Friday.
Oh, you have
Comedy.
comedy. That's right.
Yeah, I'm sorry. It's bad. Or I could do Thursday. Would you like Thursday?
Why would I want to go on a date on a Thursday night?
It won't be crowded. I don't know. So I'm saying Saturday. What about Saturday?
Saturday night. Saturday night.
I like Saturday.
Why do I feel like we're missing something?
Like what?
I don't know. I just feel like Saturdays are typically like family days, like zoo. We go to like,
Yeah, but
like
I think we talked about this on the previous podcast episode where
what?
Saturdays, like during the day, we could do stuff with the kids. Like, plus we got Sunday now. We got things we're doing with the kids on Sunday.
Yeah, we have like games and stuff.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, and Sunday's already with football and everything, so that's
yeah.
obviously off the
So
table.
Saturday night would be good. A great night.
Saturday night. But all of the planning,
Yeah, I'll do it. I'll plan
you're
it.
on your phone
Yeah.
a ton of time anyway.
Sure.
So all of the planning,
Yeah.
Saturday nights.
We'll
Okay.
start this Saturday.
Okay. Okay. I'm gonna hold you to that.
Mhm.
Also,
And then next week we could talk all about it.
also, yes. Also,
Yeah.
on Sunday,
Mm-hmm.
you have to handle the dishes. Sunday nights.
I don't. Okay.
Okay.
That's fine.
I'm being so serious. Sunday nights, you got to make sure the kitchen is clean.
What about Julian? And that's Julian's job. We're trying to take
Oh
away-
my gosh, David, he has to prep for the week. He's got school.
He should already be prepared. Like what? No, I'm just kidding. I'll do dishes
Or like
Sunday.
dishes after dinner. You know what I mean?
Sure. Yeah. No
okay.
problem.
Okay.
I'll do that.
And let's see what else. You're looking at me like that because you don't see yourself from a third party perspective. Okay?
I'm
Like
fine.
during the no. Your face will be in your phone all day. And sometimes, y'all, he'll just be sitting there. Like sometimes he'll be sitting there on his phone, just like permanent smirk on his face. And I'll be like all up in my feelings. I'm like, who the fuck making him smile like that? But then, you know, I'll be asking, I'm like, who you smiling at like that? Your whole life is right here. And he'll be like showing me and he's like, oh, it's Spanish football, da, 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 right? Or he'll be sitting there looking pissed. Pissed. And his fingers are going a million miles a minute. He'll sit there and think. And then go again. And sit there and think. And go again. And it is because he's arguing. He's in the midst of a battle.
I don't even be like arguing for real. Like I'll just say something and then just like move on. And then like I'll just be laughing at like the replies because it'll just be people in there like just getting all mad. Then I just sit back and I laugh. Like I don't ever get mad about Twitter. Like
sign the contract.
Twitter don't ever get me mad. So as soon as I exit out of Twitter, like I don't really care.
Sure.
Twitter does not get me mad.
Sign your signature. It's already look at you. It's already getting you mad just thinking about it.
I'm getting mad because you're saying I'm mad. and that's making me mad.
Speaking of getting mad.
Yeah.
Dude, apparently there's something in the water or in the air. You know how many people have broken up? There's
like
so many people separating right now.
Who broke up?
Okay, so you remember what's her face from not Hunger Games, from Game of Thrones?
Who?
The redhead one.
Jesus.
The queen. She was like one of the queens. She was like one of the siblings.
She broke up with her brother? The one that was banging her brother?
No.
Oh, I don't know.
I'm gonna tell you.
Her name, the white lady in Game of Thrones. I'm like, I don't know. That could be anybody.
Don't do that, babe.
It's like
don't
1,000
do that.
of them.
You don't have to. Oh, my God.
That's like the most broad and general description.
Sophie Turner. She was married to Joe Jonas.
Is that one Sansa?
Yeah, Sansa.
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah, I remember.
So her and Joe Jonas.
I didn't even know they were married.
They're divorcing after 4 years of marriage.
I just found out they're married.
Yeah. And then, we talked about Sofia Vergara.
Did we?
Yeah, in one of our previous podcasts, and you didn't know who he was.
Oh, yeah.
They were together for 7 years. Ariana Grande, Dalton Gomez, they were together for 3 years. That's officially over. Taylor Swift and her man's Joe Alwyn, 6 years splitsies.
First time I've ever heard of that guy.
Now, you want to know what's interesting? Is that Taylor Swift used to date Joe Jonas, okay? And the hot tea is that Taylor Swift and Sophie Turner went to dinner the other night, and they were both with him at some point. And they just got divorced, and it's very like you don't understand.
Like I know, like
you don't understand.
I was like, I recognize like 2 of these names,
dude, and it's like so many people. That's already 4 different couples. Plus, like, okay, I'm not gonna say who.
To be honest with you, like Hollywood couples lasting like 46 years.
No,
that's
but
impressive.
even in our personal life, like recently, we've heard like little rumors about people that we know in our personal lives that are headed towards like a separation, a divorce. We've known people that have been getting divorced, that have been like breaking up after years and years of being together. Like, it's kind of been a thing. I can already think of like 3 different couples off the top of my head.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, then the most recent one, though, is Jeannie Mai and Jeezy.
The rapper.
Yes.
Right.
So they were together for 2 years, and they have, like, a baby that's a little over a year old.
That's it? I feel like way longer than that.
No, it was it was pretty,
Crazy.
I felt like it was longer, too, but, yeah, it's only 2 years, and apparently Jeezy was the one that went to the courthouse and filed the papers. Okay. And like overall, like the overall consensus that a lot of people think, and you guys let me know what y'all think down in the comments.
2 years of hearing her talk every day.
Dude, stop.
I commend him because,
babe.
Like, whenever you'd watch that show that they were on, I'd be like,
The Real?
Who the hell is this lady?
The Real.
Yeah, I was like,
whatever. That was my home
God.
skillet biscuit. Okay, you
So
leave Miss
annoying.
Jeannie Mai alone now. No, but they're saying, like, do you think that it takes something really, really bad. Like, what do you think the likelihood is for a man to go and file divorce papers?
Probably just like being sick of your shit, you know?
Like, do you feel like when you hear, like, if you were like,
Yeah.
had a friend and he was the one that filed for divorce
Yeah.
and not her,
Hmm?
what would your first thought be? Like, does that seem out of the realm of normalcy? Do you always expect a woman to be filing for a divorce? Have you known men to be the one to file for divorce first?
I can't say off the top of my head that because I know like a lot of divorced guys. I mean, I was an electrician, so
Yeah.
I met a lot of divorced guys, but I can think of like a couple. Actually, I can think of a couple that did break up or divorce that initiated it. But also for the most part, it was like women just doing these dudes dirty. Like the
What?
stories I would hear,
Like what?
like oh my god, this one guy. This guy was like total family man, right? Just he was like older guy than me. He was like 45. I was like 19, 20. His kids were in high school, and he's always bragging about his kids, always bragging about his wife. And then I was like, oh yeah, and like that was like all he talked about, to the point where I was like kind of annoyed. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, it's a 19-year-old.
yeah, I was
Hell
like,
yeah.
I'm sorry, I don't know them, man.
Yeah.
And he would refer to me or like refer to his kids by name to me, like, oh yeah, Alex. I'm like, I never met your kids. I don't know them by
And
name.
I'm my cousin, sir.
Yeah, so then I worked with him again like a couple years later on the job. I was like, hey man, how's it going? And he was already divorced. Like he had a DUI. He was like kind of like in the midst of it, and I was like, damn, what happened? He was like saying, and this is like around like the recession in like 08, 09, like around then.
Mm-hmm.
And he was like, one day I just got a call from the bank. They're like, hey, you haven't been paying your mortgage, so you know we're gonna come take your house. Well, he gives his money to his wife. His wife pays the bills. So he calls his wife. He's like, hey, honey, bank called me, said that we haven't been paying the mortgage. Like, you know, obviously this is a mistake. And she just went, I can't do this no more. And that was it. She had a new man already.
No.
Like, she had already dipped out on him. Then there was like this other guy that I worked with where he his wife was like packing him, like he was going on a camping / hunting trip, I think.
Mm-hmm.
And his wife like packed him up like all kinds of food. She was like helping him pack. She was like, have a good time. He was like, all right, thanks, honey. And then like he went on this hunting trip with his friends. He comes back, same thing, big old family, man. Like, you know, just always talking about his wife and kids. And then when he comes back from his hunting trip, the house is empty. The house is cleaned out. She's gone. Already moved in with a new man.
A new man.
Already with a new man. Moved out, dipped out. Yep. Like, if that shit.
What are those, like, scary stories for you?
Hell yeah. When you're like 20, 21 years old, and you know, because you like seeing, like, you see them like going through it, and they're just like fucked up. Like, it's
Really?
it's hard to watch, man. It's really hard to watch. And then you're like, damn. And they're like, it's always like the good dudes too, not like the ass, because you work with some assholes where you're like,
Yeah, babe, but like,
you know what I mean?
You don't know the inner workings. You know what I mean? Like, they're
only
good
say that when
dudes
it's
to
a
you
man
at work. No,
involved.
I think that that's the truth for women as well.
Yeah.
I've seen women do some terrible shit. Baby, in the workplace, why do you think that I was so honest with you about the mess that happens in workplace? Because
Right.
it's not because just the men.
Yeah.
I saw women that like had, you know, really successful husbands, or like husbands that were the coaches of their kids' teams. And like, we're in here flirting with Mr. So-and-so and having extra meetings and trying to, like, I literally caught one of my, like, she wasn't my superior, but she was just somebody that worked in a different department. And she was cheating on her husband with the guy in IT. Like, I know, I'm not saying that, but what I'm saying is that, like, you know, we don't know with the inner workings of a marriage.
Yeah, sure.
I'm just saying that,
I don't know
like,
everything.
everybody assumes that it has to be real bad, like
For a man.
almost unlivable for a
here's-
man to go.
There's a couple ways I could think of, or a couple of reasons I can think of for sure that a guy would divorce his wife. One would be he caught her like sleeping with another dude,
Uh-huh.
or 2, she's just fucking crazy and he's just like had enough of it. Those are the 2 reasons that I can
Like
think of.
toxic?
Yeah, just like either like super crazy or controlling, or like just like there's like some women that just for some reason don't ever want to see their man like be happy outside of them for whatever reason, you know what I mean? So I
Like
think,
with friends?
or anything. So I mean, I don't know what happened there with them, but
Yeah.
those are 2 reasons that I can think of off the top of my head where a man would be like, I can't do this anymore.
Well, okay, so I wanted to do
Or
a
they
little bit
have
of
another
research.
families that
I
they're
wanted to
starting.
do a little research.
Yeah.
And there are some studies. So there was a study done at Pennsylvania University, and they said that the top reasons men listed for divorce was incompatibility,
Right.
infidelity, lack of communication, and personality problems.
See,
Like
yeah, that's pretty much what I'm saying.
personality problems. Okay. Oh my God, shut up.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Now for women, it was 1 with a close second.
Mhm.
The first was a lack of love and affection. The holding hands, the kissing, the little things, the coming up and hugging them and like just making them feel like the affection that you
Oh, there's
have.
no way you can say that for me.
That's true. The second one, the close second, is infidelity.
Right.
Like majority of women are running to get divorced because they found out about infidelity. And infidelity, especially in the last 3 years, has been more common due to social media, the advancement of technology, and infidelity issues.
Yeah.
And also right now, the dip in the economy, money problems.
Yeah.
More people are divorcing, more people are separating.
Yeah.
And it's fucking sad.
Yeah, money could be a huge factor too. I mean, that's pretty much what happened with the first guy I was talking about, where he just lost his whole house because
That's terrible.
and like he still had like a kid in high school, like
Damn. I don't know. I just it just makes me sad. And I brought up Jeannie Mai and Jeezy because he actually posted started the process back in June.
oh wow.
All right. So people were able to kind of track it back to that day. And on the same day that he filed the paperwork,
Mm-hmm.
he posts with his nice ass car
Yeah.
and he captions, too focused on who I'm becoming to focus on who's not coming with me.
Damn.
And he filed the papers that day and asked for joint custody with his daughter. And they are fully separated now, right? Well, there are people that have their opinions about somebody else's marriage, of course.
Yeah.
But there was this one lady, oh my gosh, babe. She was on a talk show.
Mm-hmm.
And when I tell you maniacally laughing, I mean maniacally laughing. Like, it was so, like, heartbreaking how this woman, she felt like they shouldn't have been together in the first place for whatever reason, right?
Right.
But so because of that, and because she actually just hated the foundation in which the marriage was based upon in the first place,
Like, was
she
in
was
love with-
blissful.
was she in
No,
love
she
with
wasn't in
Jeezy
love
or
with
something?
Jeezy. It was just the fact that Jeezy married Jeannie and their relationship didn't work out.
Oh.
Ha 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 ha. And it was like so
What?
fucking ugly, dude. It was so. Hold on. I'm going to show you right now. Check this out. I'll send you the clip.
My heart breaks for Jeannie.
My heart doesn't. No, because I'll never forget when she told you. When she told you. White meat keep me lean. But dark meat, I understand. Well, dark meat done made you a size sis. So what's going on? Yes, I've been told y'all she like rappers. I've been told everybody that on the show. But I think she really, really was in love. And I feel terrible. The little baby girl is so cute. But let me tell you something. When y'all file for divorce, it's over. Yeah, because usually guys don't. Y'all not emotional like that.
Did they just rename that show to Dish?
I don't know.
the
I don't think
fuck?
so. No, this is a whole different show.
Oh my god, how many of
Okay.
these shows are there?
So I saw this clip and it set me on fire to see
Why?
somebody like because Because, honey, like, that is like somebody, a man, laughing that you and I did not make it. For whatever reason. I shouldn't have married you. You shouldn't have married me in the first place because of A, B, and C. F them kids.
Right.
F what them kids are going to see in a few years with this interview and me laughing at their parents separating with no fucking heart. F all that. I just want to say that this shouldn't have even happened in the first place. I feel like it's so evil, and it's like laughing at the downfall of a family is crazy to me. It's crazy to me. The minute that children are involved, what you mean?
Right. Like, I don't, like, how, like, it doesn't affect you at all. Like, why would you care that much to be, like, happy about
But, like,
it?
yeah, like, that's why, like, I'm looking
Unless,
at
like,
her,
Jeezy
like,
said, like, I'll marry you, and then he didn't, and then she was like, yeah, fuck that bitch.
nah, it was just, that
You
was
know?
crazy.
But, like,
And, like, the fact that, you know, Tamar had to be like, oh, but the baby, like, hello, what is wrong with
she's like, fuck
you?
them kids.
I'm serious, babe. And so, like, my whole point is, you know,
Right.
I was talking about this on my stories, is that there's a specific breed of human beings that thrive on people's downfalls, whether
Yeah,
it's
for
your
sure.
marriage, your work, your career, your success, financially. Oh, they just love to see you struggle, bitch. They would love to see your relationship fail. They would love it. And I have met a lot of people like that, but especially within my own friend groups that just so happen to be females and girls. They were like, I don't know what it is.
I remember you telling me about somebody that we knew, a girl that would make accounts like on YouTube specifically to go and like just hate on like this specific, very specific YouTuber at the time, and would get blocked, and then would make another account just to go.
No, y'all, I straight up, okay.
And I was like, that's
so
crazy
she was brought
behavior.
into our friend group by somebody that we knew very well, okay?
Yeah.
And he started dating her. And so me and her ended up hanging out for a little bit, and she starts telling me, bitch, this was like the era of beauty gurus, okay? Take the top beauty gurus, one of them, and I was so embarrassed, bitch. She was like stalking this beauty guru and making different fucking accounts just to go on her YouTube channel and watch all of her videos and just comment the most vile shit. Like, you know, like, you're not even that pretty. Like, take off all that fucking makeup. Like,
To a makeup
I'll beat
guru?
your ass in the streets. Like, just like fucking ratchet, like crazy shit. And then she was like trying to dox her and shit. And this influencer kept blocking her ass.
That like the influencer isn't like that at all. Like she's
No,
like what,
she's
probably
like so
what the
sweet.
fuck?
I'm serious. Like, she's just, and I wasn't even doing YouTube to this extent at
Yeah,
this
nah.
point at all. And I was so, and she had shown me, y'all, when I tell you this bitch was fucking crazy, she showed me all the different profiles and every single one of them got blocked. And I was like, this is what you do with your free time? What are you doing? It really just gave me the ick for her. I was like, I never want to hang out with you ever again. Because what is wrong with you?
That's misery,
I had
yeah.
never met one in real life. You know,
She's-
you always hear about
she's
these
kinda
keyboard
dumb, though.
warriors and like, you know, just people that love, they just wake up to just be a troll and say mean shit on the internet. But I'd never, ever met one in person that was so fucking proud.
The crazy part was she had the craziest breath like of all time. That was like the crazy part. Where I was like,
Dude. And like, okay, I
I
have
think you should get that in order.
I have
before-
always like prayed to meet some of the YouTubers and creators that I used to watch like coming up, you know, like
Right.
some of the OGs.
Well, but you got to get out the house, okay?
I know. Well, you have to get out the house. You don't even want to go out on a Saturday. Okay. So don't talk to me. But I will meet this influencer one day and I will
You gonna
take a
tell her?
picture with her and I might just tell her. I knew that bitch. I
That
knew
would
who
be
she
funny.
was.
That would be funny.
And her breath stank. No.
So bad. So bad.
But no, it's just like, and I have heard, you know, other girls being amongst the girl groups and stuff like that, like just the bets that will happen and they ain't gonna be together for more than a few months, or like somebody just gets married. Like at the
Oh,
wedding,
yeah.
I have heard people talking stuff at the wedding
Damn.
about how long these people are gonna be married. And it's crazy. And it's just like, some people are like very blasé about it and we get
Yeah.
so used to hearing it and it just becomes commonplace, but it shouldn't be commonplace
I
to do that.
I think celebrities getting married is kind of like a joke anyway.
Yeah.
Because I'm just like, I mean, it's not like
Okay, but what do you think about celebrities that are already married and then they
Right.
pop off? Like, what's his name
Like
from
who?
Grey's Anatomy?
Like, what's a wholesome Hollywood marriage that you can think of?
Okay, there was that guy on Grey's Anatomy, and he had his high school sweetheart babe, and she put her career aside. She was actually paid well. She put her career aside. She raised the kids. He had like 3 kids with her,
Yeah.
and she supported his ass while he was trying to be an actor. He was a poor actor, and
Oh,
finally
yeah,
he
yeah.
popped off. And guess what he did? He left her.
Oh wow.
He left her for another woman.
Yeah, that's
Oh,
unfortunate.
what's his name? Oh, I forgot his name. Jesse. I don't know.
Yeah, I remember who you thinking of.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, like, so even if I just feel like if it's
Remember
just in a
George
person, it's
Lopez?
just in him.
Just
Oh my
shit on his
God,
wife after she gave him
dude, George
kidney
Lopez
or
is a
something?
special kind of
Bro, what?
shitty for that. Yeah,
Like, man,
that was all over the headlines. I was like, no way,
she should have asked for the kidney in the divorce.
straight up. Run me my kidney now. Get on the table, slice them up right now.
I want full kidney custody. I want custody of the kidneys.
You gonna have to pay me kidney child support,
Yeah.
bitch.
These kidneys are expensive.
I don't know, man. It's just like, so here's the thing.
Mm.
Across the board, it's about 50-50 of first marriages
Right.
end. And then 50 of them are successful. Okay.
How do you determine success? Like they both die? You're like, that was a good marriage.
Yeah, they both die married.
Or one of them dies, I guess.
Yeah, exactly.
other
One
one's
of
like,
them
"Whew."
becomes a widow.
One of them was like, I'm off the hook.
Yep, I can start my life now. Yeah, that's a successful marriage. So,
Thank you,
okay,
big
but
man.
the second and third marriages jump to about a 74-75% divorce rate.
Oh yeah, I believe it.
You're just downhill from there, bitch. I mean, that's
Why even get
just
married a
what the
second
studies say. Because baby, people want to find love again. You know what I'm saying? I believe in love very much.
I don't know, man. The people I know in my life that have been married more than once
Not true.
have been married more than twice. Like, that's all I'm gonna say. And
ain't that the truth?
like-
That is so true. I'm like sitting here going through it and I'm like, wait a minute.
just telling you.
Dude, that's true.
And I'm just like, you're not exhausted from the process? Like,
I would never speak this, but I just know that I would be single forever. It's
yeah,
like,
I'm not gonna. No,
I can't do this again.
no, I don't. There's no way I'm gonna like care about somebody else to that degree. You know what I mean? I'm just gonna be like, I don't.
Boy, you better hope this ages gracefully, because if you ever get another girl, they're going to be splicing up this clip and they're going to send it to her and they're going to be like, he said he will never care about nobody else
Never.
besides Nikki.
I would never get married.
Get a screenshot.
Mila won't allow it.
Mila would not allow it. And Ezra and Julian would not allow
Oh, yeah,
me to
no.
like date anybody else.
I
Oh
would-
my God.
I would have no
They
desire. I
Would
would
be
be like,
absolutely
no.
distraught.
No.
So I was just telling like my glamazons, you know, like it's very important. I want your take on this. I feel like
Sure.
you and I are pretty much on the same page with it,
Mhm.
but just being too. Do you feel like there's a such thing as being too showy of your relationship on social media? Do you think that there's like a negative to that?
Yeah, I mean, I think it depends on who you are. I think if you're somebody that has like a pretty large following,
Mm-hmm.
and there could be, I think there, even if you don't, I think there are people that do it just to kind of put up like a front or like present something that like present like some sort of perfect life or to make other people envious. I think so. I think if you're doing it like with that intention, then I think, you know, I don't think you're in a relationship for the right reasons or doing the posting for the right reasons. But if you have a big following, I think you just open yourself up to more people just being negative about it. And then, you know, I know this because you posted a reel and somebody left a comment that, like, I didn't like. And I was like, what? Fuck this bitch. Like,
David cares more about negative comments than I do, y'all.
like, I don't care. Like, people can say whatever they want, like, to me.
No, about me. But I'm
It
the
don't
same way
matter to
about
me.
you, dude. If somebody says something about David
But
that's
yeah.
just like distasteful, I get so upset.
Yeah, because people on Twitter be like, I'll say something like they don't agree with on sports, and they're like, this is why nobody cares about your comedy. You know, and I'm like, okay. And, like somebody says like
That's terrible.
And it's not even like a terribly like malicious comment either.
I
was just like,
know.
what? Fuck this bitch.
They be trying to. I don't know.
I'm like, post a picture of you, bitch. Let me see. Like,
Stop it. Stop it.
but I gotta be like, all right, I just gotta.
I
Just
feel
gotta
like
calm
you and I
down.
posted each other more back in the day.
Yeah, for sure.
Like with Facebook days. I mean, David and I were
It's like our
all over
friends
each
and
other's
family,
profile.
People that knew us, you know,
Yeah.
they knew what was up. Like, but I don't think you and I never had to like fake or present our relationship as something that it's not.
No. Well, that and like I just feel like it's not necessary. And I mean this with all sincerity. And I'm trying to get like my homies to understand that when you're in a relationship, it doesn't matter how many pictures you post. You know what I mean?
Right, yeah.
Like a lot of girls I've always known, like my friends, where they're like, I'm going to take a picture with him so his ex can see it. You
Yeah,
know what I mean?
see,
It's
like
always like with the ulterior motive.
Yeah.
And, but what the downside to that and what y'all have to realize is that people can take that and just wish bad upon you. Call it ojo, call it, you know, like the evil eye, call it like bad juju, wishing bad on you. Like, my grandma used to always tell me, like, don't give your joys out to other people. You keep your joys for yourself and you keep the joys of your house in your house.
Yeah.
Because when you give it to the world will destroy it. It's just what happens.
It's just kind of like who like cares what the world thinks anyway.
That's true.
You know?
Yeah.
Like if you
Dude, you're not going to get anywhere if you don't stop caring so much about what other people
like
think.
if you and your significant other, if you guys have a good relationship and you're both happy, then like who cares if the world knows that or not? Like
But what do you think if like I think
unless you're like trying to hide somebody.
yeah, but that's the thing is like let's speak from the fact that you and I have not been on the dating scene for
like don't ever
a
just
dozen
not
years.
post them.
But what would we be like if we had access to social media and the different apps that there are now? Do you think that our relationship would have been what it is?
Yeah, I think so.
Lies. I think you're just saying that.
No, I think so.
Because like neither one of us know what it's like to be on a dating app.
That's true.
And my best friend, you know, she was recently single and she was on dating apps.
yeah. What?
My
Is it
girl,
bad?
my girl. Listen, her messages full bitch. Like dudes had to like pay more because she became like premium.
What? You can become premium?
Yeah, it's like better pics. And so she's like explaining this to me over tacos one night, and she was like,
What fucking Black Mirror type shit is
I'm
this?
serious. And she was like, this is why like nobody has any patience for the bullshit no more,
Oh
because
my
it's like
God.
so many people just at your fingertips.
That's
The minute
crazy.
you get mad, the minute they get on your nerves, you be opening the app. You know what? Who's in my city right now? Like straight up.
got somebody in the queue.
Yes.
That's crazy.
Babe. And like she can like turn her like active, like show if she's active or not, and like pause it. You know what I mean?
God, yeah, I cannot date. No, hell no.
So I feel like because it's so easy, and you have
I'm
Snapchat.
like, go ahead, turn it on. Like,
You got
go ahead.
and then you know you have like some of these pendejos that like literally their wives or their wives' friends will find him on the dating app. And so I was just like, we don't know nothing about that, babe. Let's be so fucking for real.
I don't
So
know.
here's the thing. Here's what I'm gonna tell you.
That's so funny.
Don't be begging. You don't need to be begging nobody to be with you or be committed to you.
No,
Okay, be straight up about your
Yeah.
boundaries and your expectations. All right. If you need to look at this person and be like, hey, you trying to be my person or not? Because I don't fucking share. And that's exactly what I told David. I was like, I am the baby. I've never had to share a day in my life, and I'm not gonna start now. So if you're not cool with that, you can keep it moving. And I used to tell him that all the time. You can keep it moving. You can keep it moving. I don't want to take you off the streets if you're not trying to get off the streets. You know what I mean? So it was like every other day, bitch. I was always like, you could go.
I was like, yeah, I heard you yesterday. Jesus, can I play Madden? Like,
Just in case you were having some thoughts. But with some thoughts. You know what I mean?
sure.
But I think there's just a lot more
We do not live in the hood, I promise.
There's
That rarely happens over here.
I know, right? It's sad because there's a lot more infidelity going on, and I'm going to tell you this.
Mhm.
There are a lot of people in the world, but a special person is like 1 in a trillion, okay? Somebody that speaks to your soul, soulmate, whatever you want to call it. So don't be so quick to quit. There's a lot of growing to do. There's a lot of, it's not going to be perfect. And it makes me sad. It makes me really sad that all of these people are breaking up, and there's years and years in the making. And then you got kids that are involved, and more people are just seeing it as blasé. It's just run of the mill. You know what? You can have another family tomorrow. You can get divorced and get remarried and, just whatever you want to do. And at the core of it, I just don't want you guys to lose faith in love. I don't want you guys to just jump off the bridge so quickly just because things get a little hard.
Yeah.
Because that's just, marriage is so much more than just bliss all the time. Like, it's blissful. I love you so much. But like,
I love you too.
Like, if it gets too hard, like, I don't know, like stepping out. Oh, hell no. I couldn't do it.
Yeah, no,
I couldn't do it.
life's hard. I mean, shit. I don't know. Like,
It's just not a reason. Don't be looking for any old reason just to turn on your partner, you know? Fuck.
No.
The whole, like, saying don't go to bed angry, that's really powerful. It's really true.
Yeah. You gotta.
Don't go to bed angry.
Yeah, no, it's all about giving and taking. I mean, like, who knows? Maybe one day they need your help, and then you don't just abandon them. Then one day, because you're going to need their help at some point.
Mm-hmm.
So it's just being there for each other
Yeah.
through the hard times, especially if you're married. I feel like
Oh, yeah.
even through the hard times, like, you got to just like you'll do the good and the bad.
Yeah.
Through sickness and health. I mean, or, you got to treat every day the same.
But if
Still love the same, no matter
if
what.
monogamy isn't your jam, you got to be fucking honest about that.
Yeah.
Because
Maybe like I want to.
it's
be a
got to be to the
swinger.
point where, like, it doesn't matter who walks in the door. It doesn't
Yeah.
matter, like, what they look like. They're just not your person.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, you have to actually feel that. Like,
Or somebody would like try to convert the other person to like a certain lifestyle.
yeah.
And they're like,
Speaking of,
Yeah.
watch the company that you keep. Because statistically, if you have friends that are divorcees,
Mm.
you are more likely to get divorced. Watch the people that this is a part of, like,
Mm.
When you have your friends, choose who you really share with, because they will give you different advice based on their own circumstances and their own experience. So if you got your girlfriend that just got a divorce, she's going to tell you, and your man is like working your nerve, she's going to tell you, hey, I ain't never been happier in my life, okay? Like, I said bye, you need to say bye. But if you go to your friend that has been married for like years and years, and she's still in her marriage, and you go to her and you say the same thing, that friend is going to be like, oh, girl, like, we've been there. It's just a little tough. If you could work through it, you're going to get different advice from different friends based on their experience.
Like the dudes I used to work with, they were like, man, they were like, fuck bitches, like, fuck that bitch. Like, I'm way happier without her.
Sure.
So happy right now. Then they like swig half a bottle of Fireball and start crying. Like, just
Shit.
start crying. And I'm like, I don't know if you truly believe that, man. But just, it's okay.
Oh,
Just work
that's so
through it, like,
sad. Yeah. Well, and also, did you know that also, I'm telling you, I did a lot of research.
see.
Statistically speaking,
Yeah.
married men are happier than
Yeah.
single men. Truly, deep down, like, really.
Yeah. I think
Y'all live longer.
I think marriage, because there's somebody in
Taking
the,
care
in
of
the
y'all.
marriage with a brain,
Yeah.
He's like, maybe you shouldn't jump off of that.
Yeah,
You're old now. Like,
exactly. Maybe you shouldn't be twisting your back like that. You're going to end up on the floor. Can't get up. All right.
I don't think you should fight that guy. You got knee problems.
We got to find you a chiropractor. Let's go.
This guy just did a backflip. I don't know what that means, but it can't be good.
Yeah.
Not like your chances. Yeah, I could believe that. I think a lot of married guys.
But on the flip side,
Mhm.
oh, babe, on the flip side, the amount of women, it's like over 60% of women that are divorced are happier, genuinely.
Don't even think about it.
I'm You sign contracts and stuff, baby. I'm happy. It's okay.
Okay. Don't you even?
Nah,
think about
we
being
ain't
happy.
going nowhere. You hear me? But I'm starting to get a sense of it. Do you know what our oldest said to me today?
What?
Julian. He told me that he doesn't want to get married.
That's fine. Yeah.
He said he doesn't want to get married and
Yeah.
that he just doesn't see the point of like the legal aspect of it. He'll be
Sure.
with somebody, but he doesn't want to get married.
Yeah, we'll see when he has a girlfriend and
That's
she's
what
like, you
I
better
said.
fucking marry me
That's what I said.
or else I'm out.
Okay, so y'all, to end off the episode,
Mm-hmm.
David's babyest sister, his
Oh, yeah.
babyest baby sister is getting married.
I was like, wow.
She's engaged.
I was like, wow, somebody really wants to spend the rest of their life with you.
You
Is
guys.
he okay?
Stop it.
Just
We
kidding.
took them to dinner and like,
Nah,
Julian
very
just
nice.
found out this is
He's
his
a very nice
this
guy.
is his Thea. She's only
Yeah.
like 4 years older than him, okay?
Yeah, she's
And-
really young.
So it like Julian was like, "No way. Like I am not going to do that." Like he's so convinced. And I was like, I'm sure she thought the
Sure.
same thing, but it takes that one person.
Easy to say it now when nobody's trying to marry you. Like, like went to somebody who's trying to marry you and then talk to me and then see if you have that stance. But
Yeah.
nah, I mean that's fine. If you don't, I always say like I don't get mad when people say they don't want to get married or if they don't want to have kids. I'm like, that's cool.
Yeah,
I think that's
perfect.
better than you.
I would prefer,
like,
yeah.
lying to yourself and then doing it and then making other people miserable. You know what I
Amen.
mean?
Yes.
Because I've seen that where I see and like there'll be people like who have kids or who are married that don't really like it, and
Mhm.
so because they're like miserable with it, they'll want like other people to do it too, and they'll try to like push other people to do it. And then there's just people like, because people be like, "You got kids?" I'm like, "Yeah, I got kids. I got 3 kids." They're like, "Well, I'm never having kids." I'm like, "Okay."
Damn.
I'm like, "Take it easy. I wasn't trying to knock you up. All right, guys. Like, I don't care what you do. You have 20 kids for all I care. I don't
Yeah, don't let nobody pressure you into doing stuff.
But I was like, oh, yeah, I get it. Because I've seen people do that. Like, you should have kids.
Oh my God.
You should have kids.
Babe,
I have 18 kids and I'm so happy.
as a woman, like the minute that you get into a relationship, the first question is, when are you having kids? And it's every year. Like it's every
Yeah.
time you turn around,
Yep.
You're just supposed to be making babies. It was like the most annoying thing in the world. That's one of the upsides, bitch, to getting married and having kids. Won't nobody ask you no more.
Yeah,
Like,
nobody's.
because oh my God, people
'cause if
asked
you-
us for years.
Yeah, they're like, when you guys having a kid? And we're like, we had a kid. And everybody was like really happy for us, Everybody's really happy and excited. And then so that was like 2 kids. And you're like, oh, you guys are like perfect family, 4, 2 and 2, like balanced, Everybody's so happy. They want to hear about it. Like, oh, I heard you're pregnant. Congratulations, guys. Wow, how exciting. What a new journey. And then we got pregnant with the 3rd kid. And everybody's like, Jesus Christ, do you guys have birth control? Then
they
it
were
was like,
saying that to you.
then it was like annoying. Then they're like, okay, we get it. Jesus. All right, enough. And it was like, I feel like anything after 3 kids, just don't tell anybody. Just show up with it. Because you're just going to annoy people. They're like, oh, my God, this fucking guy with the kids.
I think that 4 is wild. I think that if you have 4 kids,
Shit, my auntie
you're
had 5
crazy.
kids, bro.
Dude, your aunt had 5, no,
dude.
4 boys.
4 boys.
Wait.
Well, the girl counts as a kid
5
too, babe.
boy. No, wait, she had.
She had 5.
Oh yeah.
She had 5.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Damn.
4 boys and a girl. 4 boys and a girl. And my auntie ended up with 5 daughter-in-laws still.
And with that, actually, no, because there was trouble in paradise.
Yeah, I'm just kidding. My cousin's not married.
No, but congratulations to
Yeah,
David's baby
congratulations to
sister.
my
We are
sister.
so excited.
So crazy to me, man.
excited. Oh my God. I met you guys.
I don't even believe it.
I met her when she was 7. And like, I can't even believe it.
I believe it when she's married, probably.
You saw the ring, honey.
Still don't believe
Dude,
it.
all of your sisters are going to be married.
That's crazy.
We're entering the next phase of life.
They are.
Oh my God.
They are.
My brother still ain't married though.
My, well,
My brother holding out for dear life.
my eldest sister, she like eloped or some shit.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Like she just popped up on Facebook like, I'm married. It's like some random guy. I was like, who the fuck is this guy?
Married.
Like, who the fuck is this guy? I thought, what?
Yeah, you know, David's collecting brother-in-laws like Pokemon, I swear.
Yeah. They're,
3
yeah.
brother-in-laws.
Well, 4. Because your brother.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Duh.
I got 4 brother-in-laws.
4 brother-in-laws.
That's pretty crazy.
That
actually.
is crazy. You wanted brothers?
Yeah. Now I'm like, wish I didn't have brothers. No, I'm just kidding.
Nah, he's really cool. He's very sweet.
Nah, he was really nice.
he was
actually.
really nice.
He was very chill.
David gave him
outgoing.
his stamp of approval.
Of course, he's an electrician. I was like, Jesus, another electrician in this fucking family.
It's like a thing in the family now.
So we have 18 electricians. We need plumbers.
But don't quit on love so quickly, you guys. Love on each other and protect your love at all costs. But we
Hell
love
yeah.
y'all so much, and we hope you guys have a fantastic week. Thank y'all so much for coming and chill with us. Start your week off right with the His and Hers podcast. Don't forget to follow us for some behind the scenes footage at the HISxHERS pod. And you can find me across all social medias at the Nikki Glamour, and of course, David's comedy.
You're supposed to. I do the intro. You do the outro.
I'm sorry, you can find him at I'm David Cisneros, and definitely keep an eye out on his socials for upcoming comedy shows that he's going to be participating in. We're super excited, but we're working on some merch, y'all, for the holiday season. So
Yeah.
just keep
Let
that
us know
in
what you'd like to
mind.
see.
Yeah, if there's anything specific that you guys would like to see from us as far as merch goes, let us know. But
Next episode, we'll have the final 4 for costumes for Ezra and Mila.
it'll be. Is it the first? No, it's not. It's not the first
Wanna wait
episode
until
of.
October.
Yeah,
Okay.
first
up.
week of October.
So you can still get your submissions in.
Yes, but we love y'all, and we will see you guys on the flip side next
Yeah.
week to start your week off right. Peace out.
Thanks.